In colonial America, when we were part of the British Empire, our trade with the rest of the world was governed by mercantilist policies. Now, what was mercantilism? Mercantilism was the conception, widely held in the 18th century, that there is a finite amount of wealth in the world, and because of that, countries had to compete to acquire as much of that wealth as possible. Now, to achieve this goal, it was felt that government policy should regulate trade in such a way that a country exported as much as possible and imported as little as possible. Such policies usually included tariffs and other taxes on imports. In the 17th and 18th centuries, there was an intensive global imperial rivalry. In the New World, this took the shape of the Spanish in Latin America mining gold and silver, the British in North America planting tobacco and other staple commodities, the French in Canada trapping furs and fishing, and then the British and the French together in the Caribbean, known as the West Indies, planting and harvesting sugar. Colonies in the mercantilist era were seen as a way of enriching the home country, and their trade was regulated accordingly. The mercantilist system functioned as follows. Colonies would sell raw materials to the home country, where they would be manufactured and then sold back to the colonies as finished goods. Colonists were banned for competing with manufacturers in the home country. The British colonists, in what is now the United States, exported a variety of raw materials, such as tobacco, rice, and codfish to Great Britain, in exchange for luxury items imported from London, such as services for tea, finer clothing, eyeglasses, and much else. From the 1650s through the 1760s, the British Parliament imposed a series of laws collectively called the Navigation Acts to regulate, monopolize, and tax American trade. The laws included provisions requiring colonists to trade only with English ships, to trade only from a list of approved goods. This was to prevent the development of a colonial market for goods Britain might not be able to supply regularly, and to pass all goods traded with other countries through English ports to be taxed. For example, in 1733, the Molasses Act was passed due to political pressure from British sugar producers. The act sought to ban New England merchants from buying French sugar to make rum, but the Americans routinely evaded the law by smuggling goods.